ballet stretches or beginner dancer stretches. It doesn't matter what type of class it is. These are just nice beginner stretches that you can do after your dance class. So Sonia is going to start with her legs out in front of you. Let's go ahead and turn to the side, Sonia, either side. This is your Pike Stretch Forward. So we have our toes and our knees together, and Sonia's gonna walk her hands forward. She's gonna place her nose down into her knees, and we're gonna hold it for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Make sure the backs of the knees here are pressing down onto the floor. 3, 2, and 1. She's going to roll it up. From there, we're going to bend our left leg off to the side. And we're going to walk our hands down our leg, and we're going to hold it here. So what I like to do as a teacher, if I'm walking around, I'm going to make sure I'm going to place my hand underneath her knee and make sure she's pressing down into the floor. And I'm also going to stretch the top of their foot at the same time for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and other side. So now we're going to switch legs, and Sonia walks it all the way down. Same thing here, make sure that they're pressing the back of the knee down into the floor and stretching the tops of the foot for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So I feel like a lot of teachers forget that the foot also needs to be stretched, and I don't a lot of students' feet, so make sure that you do spend some time stretching your students' feet just as much as you are stretching their hamstrings. And when you are stretching their feet, make sure that their quad is activated. That's perfect. And they're pressing the back of the knee down into the floor, because if they're not, if this is soft and lifted, you're not stretching this. Yeah, this needs to be tight and working and active in order to get a proper stretch right here on the top of the foot. So perfect. Thank you, Sonia. Okay, next we're going to go into our butterflies. So she can go ahead and face the front here, and we're going to place the soles of her feet together and walk her hands forward. The way I like to stretch this one a little bit deeper is to press on the top with my hands here, and then use my elbows to come down and press their knees into the floor. We hold it there for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Thank you. And we're going to open up into our straddle from there. Sonia has a beautiful straddle she's working on. And we're going to twist. We're not going to do our nice ballet stretch. We're going to twist our nose all the way over to our right leg for 10, 9. Make sure they're activating all the muscles. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and nose over to the left leg for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1 down the center, keeping the knees up to the ceiling. So I always tell my students no big toes on the floor for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. Relax. Shake it out. So the reason why we do that twisting stretch, nose over to your knee, versus the ballet arms like that, because when you're dealing with beginners, that's the easiest way for them to get the deepest stretch versus doing this correctly and knowing the placements of their hips. So that works the best for us, but you do you, and I'm just sharing what works for us. Okay, our next beginner stretch, we're gonna go ahead and have Sonia lie down on her back. So these are our extension stretches. She's gonna hug her right knee into the chest. Yep, and we're going to point this bottom foot. So you have two options. You can either bend the bottom leg or you can keep it straight. If you're dealing with really tight beginner dancers, I would suggest bending the bottom leg. If you're dealing with a more supple beginner, straightening the leg is just fine. So I like to put my opposite foot on the inside of their leg and my knee on the outside. So that's going to keep this supporting leg nice and straight. From there, we're going to grab the back of the calf and extend it up to the ceiling. So I'm going to grab her ankle. We're going to get this nice and straight. And your knee, you always want your knee to turn out. So we want to try, yes, that was perfect, good. Now get it nice and straight. Okay, and then the second thing, or third thing, I can't keep track of my numbers, gonna take my left hand here and place it on her hip so I can work on pulling that hip down so she's not lifting the hip while she stretches. So we're pulling the hip down, pulling this knee out to the side, and then we're stretching it from there. Tell me when to stop. Good. And straighten that knee more, squeeze. There, hold it for 10, 9, 8, knee more, 7, 6, 5, good, knee, 4, knee, 2, 1, and relax. Good, bend it, shake it, relax it. And we're gonna take it up one more time for 10, 9, knee, 8, yes, 7, 6, 5, knee, 4, 3, 2, hold it there. For a variety, you can also have them flex the foot. This is going to stretch them in a completely different area. It's a little bit more painful from my experience. Is it more painful? No? Good. Knee. And go ahead and point it from there. Good, reach out, shoot fireworks out from your toe, keep it straight, and slowly lower. Good, so you're gonna wanna do that on the left side as well, but I'm gonna go ahead and take you, we're gonna show you how we do it to the side. So Sonia's gonna hug her right knee into the chest. We're going to extend it up to the ceiling. She's gonna grab the back of her calf. Good, and from there, I take the same position that I did to the front. We're gonna open it up to the Alice cone, to the side, so Sonia's gonna take her arms out, and I'm going to just take a lunge here, and she's gonna straighten this knee, yep. So if you have a squiggly student who likes to get away from you, it's a little bit like you're wrestling down here. You're gonna place your other arm right here by their shoulder, and they can't weasel out of it. So you could do the same thing here. You can bend and flex the foot for a different stretch. You can put your own kind of stretching combination together here. And we're gonna point. Good, hold it there by yourself. Straight knee, no hands, hold it, and slowly lower down and around. Good. Our last beginner stretch, we're going to come up onto our knees facing the front. We're going to come up on our knees just like this all the way. Yep, we're going to put our right foot out to the front here. First, if you're a very super beginner, this is going to be a good enough stretch for you. So you want to make sure that we're pulling this hip back so that our hips are even. From there, take both hands and stretch it forward. Okay, so this should be a good stretch for you if you are a beginner, and if you need a little bit more of a stretch, from here, this is where we slide it down into our splits. So Sonia's gonna slide it down. And we're gonna make sure that our front foot is in complete line with our back leg. Perfect. And then what I'm gonna do is I usually walk around to somebody and I'm gonna take their hands, and I usually count to 10 here, and they sink a little bit deeper, and it also helps them to keep perfect, nice alignment in their splits. So you're gonna wanna make sure that you do that on both sides. Thank you guys so much for watching your beginner stretches. Let us know how it's going in the comments below, and we'll be sure to help you as much as we can. So thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you next time.